Hi everyone, this is Lara, and for my topic, I chose to cover the apparel of Haiti. So what I'll be doing is going through the history and explaining kind of the culture and to explain the apparel of today's world that they wear. So, a few facts first. Haiti shares the island of Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic. It is this little side here. It has a population of just over 10 million. Its capital is Port-au-Prince, right around here. Cap-Haitien up here is the second largest city. I've actually been to Haiti twice, and I was up in Cap-Haitien and up around this area here. They export apparel, oils, mangoes, coffee. They used to export things like wood too, but deforestation has kind of led to a drop around that. Haitians make an average, if you have a job, you make about $1 a day. So let that sink in for a moment. They're the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. So, the history of Haiti. Haiti was basically started when when Christopher Columbus discovered the island, and they kind of built a fort and started exporting its goods and took over the natives and made them slaves. But the natives died out for the most part because of foreign diseases that were brought in from the Europeans and just from the really harsh treatment. So in turn, they brought in slaves from Africa and had them work the plantations. Now, the French and English also wanted part of the pie, so that the French ended up taking over part of the island, which is today Haiti. And basically, there were riots and revolts and obvious tension between the races, and they finally fought for their freedom and gained it in 1804. This gentleman over here to the left, I can't pronounce his name, so we'll call him Toussaint. He was kind of the main leader of the revolts, and he actually he didn't see the independence, but he was pretty much the key character in it. He died in 1802. So once they declared independence, they had political unrest up to this day. Leaders were assassinated, there were riots and revolts, there were 2 invasions by the US, they were in debt to France. It's just over and over all these different things that are just kind of oppressing these people and causing disunity, and they have not been able to grow, and they've been stuck in this third world. So jumping into the different kinds of dress, I split it up into 3 categories. We've got the carnival and traditional garb, which I'll cover first, and then we've got more the special occasions, the other occasions, and then we've got the casual wear. So carnival garb, as you see here, it's very bright, it's very colorful, it reminds you of the Caribbean. The 2 colors they use the most are red and blue, as you can see here in this beautiful lady's gown. That dress looks so heavy. That'd be cool to wear though. But it's very traditional and very inspired from the islands and their culture, and they use the colors to celebrate unity and to celebrate life, and often to celebrate a festival, and it has to do with the voodoo gods as well in their culture. Voodooism, I think that's what you call it, was brought over from Africa with the slaves, and that is part of their heritage in a way, as they think of it. The country is divided primarily between Catholics and Voodoos, people who believe in voodooism, and that is the main religious belief. So that's entwined very much with their culture. So with the traditional garb, it's very much their past, their heritage. It's a source of pride for them. It's something they pull out for very special occasions, the brightest being of which they pull out just for festivals and carnivals. So here's another gorgeous dress, or like bra skirt thing they got going on, but she's kind of gorgeous. So here's a traditional, it's called a Carbella dress, I believe I'm saying it correctly, and it's basically, they're always going to be longer, they're going to be below the knee. Haitians are very conservative people, so women traditionally wear long dresses or long skirts, and it's got the signature colors there that stand, the blues and the reds, and you've got a lot of yellows too sometime, and green. very bold colors. The women usually wear bandanas of some kind. It's a very large source of pride for the people, and it's kind of a strong, beautiful way to present yourself. And it reminds them of their culture and their past. So I think that's kind of beautiful. So on to special occasions. Now you'll see a lot more of a Western influence on the rest of the apparel I'm going to cover. So I actually have a friend who's getting married, and she is a Haitian. Her name's Manwasha, and she's getting married next month. And I was interviewing her, and I asked her, hey, what style dress are you wearing for your wedding? I didn't really know if they had a, traditional garb or something. And she laughed, and she's like, Lara, I'm wearing whatever you wore for your wedding. We wear the same dresses. So very big Western influence on the wedding dresses, and especially with the religion, Catholicism is brought in, and that is, was a Western religion that was brought into their country. So you'll see their weddings are really designed after that. They're not unfamiliar to us. So there's some examples. So the next section of the special occasions is church. I chose to focus on. So you'll see they all come dressed very, very well, dressed to the nines, very clean and crisp too. I noticed this. We had a 4.5-hour church service we went to one time, and oh my goodness. But everybody was dressed impeccably, and I don't know how they don't get the dust on them, but they managed to, and that is just a source of pride for them as well. They like to dress well in public. Dressing up is a very common thing in Haiti. They really like to pull everything out. So then for the last one, it is school time. So if you have the money to send your child to school, they are going to require a uniform. And you'll see all these different groups of kids all over the place. And you get big groups of kids in blue and big groups of kids in green. And this is just a nation norm for them. If you're a kid in school, you have a uniform. This also shows more of that Western influence. You'll see the polos, see pretty common clothes you'll see around here. And so that is the school there. That is also kind of a source of pride again, because if you have the money to send your child to school, that's pretty awesome, considering how little they make. It costs about 25% of a parent's income annually to send a child to school. So here's another example of some kids in school uniforms. There is me in the middle. Oh my goodness, back in like 2011. Yeah, so this was just another example there. So on to Pepe clothing. Pepe clothing is basically secondhand clothing that has been taken from developed countries. For Haiti, that would mostly be the US. Basically, the secondhand clothing is packaged up and shipped out to developing countries. So in Haiti, they receive it at the ports, and vendors will sort it out and sell it on the streets. And that's how they make their income, and that's their Pepe clothing. That's the Haitians' casual, everyday wear. So it's a interesting way of making money system for apparel. So here's some examples. These are all from my trip. Here on the left are 3 of the translators and 3 girls there who were braiding my friend's hair. There is another photo, or group photo. So one cool thing about Pepe clothing is they're taking this. Some people are coming up with ideas to generate more income in the economy for Haiti. They are taking the clothing and repurposing it and selling it back to the US, selling it back to developed countries. So that's starting to take off, and it's kind of exciting. It's a great way for them to boost the economy a little bit. So from the outside looking in, the rest of the world kind of views Haiti as this either a source to be taken advantage of, kind of a inspiration, as you can see here on the left from this high-end fashion model, and also kind of a country to be pitied or that needs help. And it kind of is all of these things. It has been taken advantage of greatly in the past and still is. You know, you can see the sweatshop in the center there, that's in Haiti. And over here on the right, it shows you the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And this is what I was talking about earlier is Haiti is so bare because they deforested. They were taking out the resources to pay off these debts to Western powers that kind of were holding debt over their head. And it's that in itself is pretty sad, but these people are strong people. They're very proud. They're very proud to be Haitian. You know, they're just looking from their apparel. It's rich in culture, and they're very ingenious, and they're very hopeful. They're very looking forward. So my end thoughts are just basically I love looking into this culture. I love looking into different aspects of it. So that's why I chose to focus on the apparel, because I didn't know too much. And so just from this brief, you know, kind of researching in, you just learn so much about what makes a culture. And I would greatly encourage anybody who wants to go to a different place in the world, especially a third world country, greatly would recommend that they go do that. This picture here on the left, that's Little Mean 2011. But yeah, so that, I hope I have taught you a little bit about Haiti, and that you've taken something from this, and now you know more about their apparel and about their past. So it's been awesome, and that's the end.